If you had opened ChatGPT but still don't really know what to ask, what to click, or how to use it properly, then this video is for you. In this video, I am going to show you ChatGPT from a beginner's point of view. We will look at the basic interface, how to start a conversation, how to ask follow up questions, and how students and professionals can actually use ChatGPT in real life. So let's get started. Before we open ChatGPT, there is one simple thing I want you to understand. ChatGPT is not just a search box where you ask one question and leave. You can ask a question, read the answer, and then continue the conversation. You can ask it to explain something in a simpler way, give you an example, or explain something again. So think of ChatGPT more like a conversation. You ask, it answers, and you can keep asking questions based on the answers. Now let's open ChatGPT and look at the basic interface. This is the main ChatGPT screen. On the left side, you can usually see your previous conversations. This is the message box. This is where you type your question or prompt. You may also see a plus or attachment button here. Depending on your account and the features available, you may be able to upload files or images. And if you have a voice option available, you can also use ChatGPT through voice. The main thing to remember is very simple. You type your instructions here and ChatGPT responds to you. Now let's start with a very simple example. Let's say I want to learn about data analytics. I can simply ask ChatGPT what is data analytics. And now ChatGPT has given me an answer. I can read this answer and continue the conversation from here. For example, maybe I understand the basic definition, but I want to understand it with a real example. So instead of starting a completely new chat, I can simply ask a follow up question. ChatGPT already knows what we were talking about in this conversation. This is one of the easiest ways to use ChatGPT. And this is something many beginners don't know. You don't have to stop after the first answer. You can continue asking questions. For example, you can say, explain this more simply, or give me a real life example. You can also ask ChatGPT to compare two topics or even quiz you. So, if the first answer is not exactly what you wanted, just continue the conversation and ask for what you need. Now let's look at some practical ways students can use ChatGPT. ChatGPT can help you understand difficult topics, improve your writing, create a study plan, practice questions, and even get ideas for projects. But instead of just talking about these uses, let's see a few examples. For example, if you are learning a difficult topic like SQL joins, you can tell ChatGPT that you are a complete beginner. You can also ask it to use a simple example. This makes the explanation easier to understand. You can also use ChatGPT to improve your writing. For example, you can give it a paragraph and ask it to make the English clearer and simple. This can be useful for emails, assignments, or any other writing. If you are confused about what projects to create, you can also ask ChatGPT for ideas. The important thing is that you should clearly explain what kind of ideas you want. ChatGPT is not only useful for students, professionals can also use it in many everyday tasks. For example, you can use it to write code, improve emails, summarize information, brainstorm ideas, create checklists, or learn a new tool. For example, you can ask ChatGPT to create a simple checklist for analyzing monthly sales data. This can give you a starting point and help you organize your work. But remember, AI can help you save time. Your own thinking is still important when making decisions. Before we move on, there is one important thing you should always remember. ChatGPT is very useful, but it is not always perfect. Sometimes it can make mistakes, give outdated information, or misunderstand your question. So, for important information, always check the answer and use trusted sources when needed. Use AI as a helpful tool, but don't blindly trust everything it says. If you are a complete beginner, you can follow this simple process. First, open ChatGPT, then ask a clear question, read the answer, and think about what you need next. If you need more information, ask a follow up question. For important topics, check the information and then use the answer as a starting point for your work or learning. Now I want you to try this yourself. Open ChatGPT and ask it to teach you something you want to learn in a simple way. Then ask it to give you one real life example and quiz you with three questions. This is a simple way to start learning with ChatGPT. You can even try it with the topic you are studying right now. So now you know the basics of using ChatGPT, but ChatGPT can do much more than just answer questions. In my next video, I will show you how you can use ChatGPT to learn a new skill step by step. You can learn, practice, and improve with the help of AI. So, if you want to learn how to use AI in a simple and practical way, make sure to follow along. I will see you in the next video.